What's going on? What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Moo Trades. Welcome back to another video. We're going to do a bar by bar chart analysis. And just before I get into the video, I wanted to let everyone know that I will be live streaming every day from now on, starting at 6:30 a.m. Pacific, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I've already had 3 or 4 live streams that have gone pretty well. You can check them out in the live tab on my channel. But I did live stream earlier today. I just uploaded an afternoon session. I wasn't live streaming, but I recorded all my trades. So every trade marked is a trade that I took today. Some risky, some riskier than others. Some pretty good trades. But in today's lesson, we're gonna be using the drawings I have on the chart, and basically gonna be kind of doing a replay of what I did in the live stream. And without further ado, let's get into it. And one other reminder, Apex Trader funding. If you go into my description, if you look up top, you can use my link and my code. I would really appreciate it if I had 1 or 2 people use my code, but the 80% off discount ends in 2 days. So you can get a great value. You can get a $50,000 funded account for only $33. So you can get a couple $1,000s worth of value just with a very small payment. So market opened right around here, and in the live stream we were really talking about how even though it looks like this can be a sort of uptrend, it doesn't look very convincing, because a lot of the times when you have a lot of experience chart reading and chart trading, especially with price action, and you see these types of structures, you can start to realize that a lot of traders in the market will try to test this low, the very low of the day, at some point in the day. Because when we have a trading range structure following a move up after we had a significant move down, it is sort of a way to start thinking that, okay, we might be looking to eventually be in a trading range structure for the majority of the day. So at this point, we're just looking for a failed breakout. So we broke out, we had a failed breakout, we pushed up again, and we just didn't have any real entry to go long, because even though at this point we are expecting to potentially have an overall trading range day, we do need to test this high before eventually going down. So we did almost reach that high. There, we got it. So now at this point we're thinking, okay, let's try to see if we can get any short setup, because even though we've been trading up the entirety of the day, it's important to realize that this structure really screams that the uptrend is over, and we should honestly start looking for traps. So people who are still trying to go long, they're going to get trapped trying to go long when really the uptrend is over. So now we had a leg down, we had a break and a new low. We had one leg up, first entry short. And then we did have another leg up and a second entry short, but there was no good signal bar. So at this point, the market was pretty choppy, and you just have to be very patient and just try to wait out the market and hope for a high probability setup. So here's actually an interesting spot. So we push down. At this point of the day, I started drawing this wide term downtrend, not for any particular reason other than to kind of give myself an illustration of what's going on. And here we do have a third touch, a third confirmation at the upward side of the trend channel. But because we only had really 2 touches on the downside, and we don't have a clear second entry short, it's a hidden second entry short right here, because we pushed up, we had a micro break right here, we had a second leg up, and then once we did touch this trend channel one more time with a nice bearish signal bar, it was a okay spot to go short. But then again, it was very difficult to know for sure if you were going to continue pushing lower at this point. So if you did take that trade in real time, congrats. because it worked out very, very nicely. And then we did get a third confirmation on the bottom side of this trend channel as well, before we had a slight overshoot. So now, even though we're still thinking that we should, that we still have room to test the eventual low of the day, we had this leg down, we had a break of it, and we had a new low, combined with the fact that we had an overshoot of the wide term trend channel, meaning even though we want to look for shorts, we want to be careful and not force anything. We want to wait for the perfect setup, which did end up happening right there. So we had a new low, we went up, we had a first entry short, pushed up again, and we had a second entry short. Now at this point of the day, I had trading range drawn something like this. And yeah, you guys can go rewatch the live stream if you want to check out the trade I took live, but this is a second entry short, and the reasons I took it is not only because it's a two-legged pullback, it's also a failed breakout of this most recent congestion. So most breakouts of trading ranges fail, but also because we had an overshoot on the bottom side of the trend channel, we're expecting to have the same thing happen at the top, and that's exactly what happened. So with all those confounding factors, or factors that have confluence, I should say, I knew that it was a very, very high probability setup that we would continue working lower, and that's what ended up happening. So before we go into the next trades, let's see what's going on in the market right now. So we ended up almost reaching the low of the day before we went higher. Now reaching the top side of this trading range once again, but I just wanted to check on things. So let's go back. So second entry short, that was the first trade of the day, and it was about an hour and a half into the market. So sometimes you have to be patient. You have to wait a couple hours before getting a great setup. So now we pushed lower, and we just had some more congestion. So at this point, once again, I drew a trading range, just with the expectation that we could come back and test the highs of this potential trading range, but I wasn't ready to take any long until I really saw this nice higher low that formed. So when I was referring to an aggressive trade, this was definitely an aggressive trade, but just because we had a clear break of the trend channel and a new low, also we had this leg working down, a break and a new low, I knew that we at least were going to try to test the high of this most recent leg up, because even the most short-term trends follow price action rules. So it was not only a higher low, but it was a first entry long and a second entry long if we're counting from this high. And also it looks like it's just a trading range about to form. So it was an aggressive trade, but that's why I only like to go for a scalp. And then we actually had a failed second entry short, which I went long at as well. So counting from this low, we had a first entry short, second entry short. So all the people who are going short after the downtrend is clearly losing steam are going to get trapped with this nice bullish signal bar. So I went long there as well. Then we eventually reached the top of this trading range where we had a lot of selling pressure. And then we had a sort of hidden second entry short, depending on where you count from. But if you're counting this as a double bottom, we had a leg up, we had a micro break, new high, hidden second entry short at a significant price level. And to me, it looks like we had one leg up there, two legs up. So I actually switched gears very fast and took a short right there. We stalled a little bit, but then more shorts piled in, and then we had a nice lower high before eventually pushing down. Then we had a nice convincing strong leg down, but once again we're still playing this trading range rule. So we have a break, no clear new low until now, and now because we had a break and a new low of this most recent leg down, combined with the fact that we had a breakout of this range, we're now expecting to reach the top side of the trading range once again. Unfortunately, we didn't get any great setup, but we had this leg up, we had a break, new high, and then here was my first trade after ending the official live stream. But like I said, I recorded myself, so there's an afternoon session that I uploaded where you can see me take this trade as well, but it's very similar to the first trade we took here. So we had a failed breakout, we had a leg working up, break, new high, so the uptrend is over, combined with the fact that we had a failed breakout at the top, so we're looking to sell. And also we had a very, very nice bearish signal bar, so I went short there, then ended up getting a little mini runner before we eventually went to the bottom side of the trading range, back to the top. So let's draw our short-term uptrend. We have a break of it, new high, and we have a sort of similar pattern to what we had before. Instead of having the bearish bar at the top of the move, we went lower, and then when we had this lower high, I went short. It is another sort of aggressive trade, just because we didn't reach the lows of the trading range, but because we're only going for a scalp, it ended up working out. I did get a little lucky because I put my stop loss above the entirety of the move. I didn't put my stop loss here. I raised it by a point, so luckily I scalped out. But it was a bit of an aggressive trade, but I got a little bit lucky. So then we officially had the new high after the break and one leg up, two legs up. We had another sort of failed breakout. We pushed below the EMA, and then now is when all the shorts piled in, because we clearly had a test at this new high. So the reason that first trade didn't work out, well, it did, but didn't work out and went all the way to the bottom side of the trading range, is simply because I believe traders were trying to target this price level. So once we got there, then sellers piled in. We had a nice lower high, so I went short there as well. And then we worked lower. So now let's see where we're at right now. We're basically live, and we're kind of following the same sort of trend. We had an uptrend, break, one leg up, another break, two legs up, but just very congested, and we're about an hour till market close. But it does get a little bit volatile for my liking. So that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in tomorrow for a live stream session once again. Peace out.